If nothing changes, nothing changes. Right? We all have heard this. I don't even know where it comes from. I probably heard that first when I was 10 years old. If nothing changes, nothing changes. And yet, somehow we expect things to change. We expect things to change. You think you're gonna get in better shape. You think you're gonna get more money. You think your relationship is gonna improve. You think you're gonna get promoted. You think you're gonna get a raise. You think the world is going to get better without you doing anything, but it isn't. Nothing is going to change unless you change what you're doing. Change the junk food that you're eating. Change the time that you wake up. Change what you do when you get out of bed. Change what you do with your time. That's what you need to do. You have to change some things or nothing will change.
Get used to failing. Get used to falling on your face. Get used to feeling stupid. And get up with a big fucking smile and understand that just because you were willing to take that fall puts you at a massive advantage over everybody else. And look, think about it like this, man. I'm 43 years old. I've been in the entrepreneurship game for 24 years, all right? I have fucked up literally everything that can be fucked up, okay? I can promise you, you could try the rest of your entire life and you will not fuck up as bad as I fucked up. And that's the reason I'm skilled. That's the reason I know what the fuck I'm talking about. That's the reason I'm able to operate companies, because I'm willing to fall on my face as many times as it takes for me to get it right, okay? And that's the attitude that you want to have. So think about it. Think about how you can improve your perspective and think about what difference it'll make. And don't mind the chatter from the peanut gallery of your old fucking friends or the people who judge you or ask you, oh, when are you going to get a real job? When are you going to get realistic? Dude, fuck those people. Those people be doing the same shit 20 years from now. I promise you. And I know that for a fucking fact. So guys, get out there, readjust your perspective, understand that the way you get great is by falling on your fucking face. If you're really fucking good at what you do and you become highly skilled at what you do, these seats at the table will become open to you. All right, and the only way to get really fucking good at what you do to a point where you will be offered a seat at these tables, okay, is to fall on your face, to learn a lesson from said falls, to understand what lesson there is there, put the skill into your pocket, and then move forward. And when the problem comes again, you already know the solution. And if you're intelligent enough to repeat that process and have enough grit, discipline, and fortitude to persevere through this process, eventually you become good at what you do. And when you become good at what you do and you become good long enough, you become great at what you do. And you become great at what you do, opportunities start to happen. Seats become vacant. People get kicked out of seats so that you may sit at that seat. That's how the fuck it works. So you guys who are sitting around thinking about, you know, how come no opportunities come to me? They don't come to anybody. That's not the way it fucking works. Opportunities come from the skills that you possess, the value that you bring, and the results that you produce. And they grow from that fertile soil. They are not given, they are not materialized. Are there situations where because someone grew up with a certain family, they're offered shit? Yeah, but guess what? That ain't you, and it ain't me. So there's no use in us fucking crying about it. The reality for us is that we're gonna have to earn it. And you earn it by going down the path, falling on your face, getting the fuck back up, taking the skill that you learn and applying it on the process and doing that for long enough that eventually you become undeniable. When you become to that place where you're undeniable, you start to get these opportunities, quote unquote, seats at the table. That's the reality of the game. You can choose to play it any way you want, but don't tell me that I didn't try to tell you.
You're wasting half your life? And you know, when people do that kind of wasting, they actually hate it. You know, and I've had lots of people come to my clinical practice who were chronic procrastinators. You know, and so they're watching YouTube videos, say, but not ones that are good for them, although sometimes they will do that, but just browsing in that kind of mindless way that you do when you're not paying attention and you're trying to kill time. And people doing that, they feel bad, they get depressed, they feel anxious, they can't get away from it, they feel kind of quasi-addicted.
That's what they're saying about social media now. It's a huge issue with young kids.
Absolutely. But there's this feeling of kind of internal rot and corruption that goes along with it. It's like, yeah, well, you're wasting your life. It's like, so it's painful. It's painful to recognize that. Then it's painful to think, oh my God, look how undisciplined I am. I don't know anything. I can't use a schedule. I can't stick to a calendar. I don't have any aims. I don't know anything about the world.
Losing. Most of you hear losing and it makes you cringe. It makes you afraid. You fear being embarrassed. You fear being judged. You fear looking like an idiot in front of a bunch of people that won't matter to you in 5 years. But here's the thing. Being willing to fail, being willing to lose, will create such a competitive advantage for you because most people can't do it. Most people can't be seen falling on their face. Most people are unwilling to try new things because they overanalyze and they think, well, what if I do this and this happens? Well, my counter to that would be, well, what if you don't do it? You're gonna stay the fucking same. So our options are to stay the same or to actually be willing to fail. And here's the value in failing. Number one, you have a tremendous competitive advantage over everybody else because they aren't willing to do it. We already talked about that. But here's the second part. Every time you fall on your face, every time you embarrass yourself, every time you touch the proverbial hot stove and you get burnt, and then you're perceptive enough and intelligent enough to not touch it again, you are distancing yourself from all the people who are not willing to even try, okay? So don't focus and fixate on not losing. Understand the value of losing, understand the value of failure, and understand that it is through this process that people become skilled. Because every single time that you make a mistake, there's a lesson there. It doesn't matter how big or how small. What matters is not the mistake, but what you do moving forward with the lesson that you just picked up from the mistake. And because most people aren't willing to go out and look stupid, they can never progress. So there's a lot of people out here that talk about winning and winning and winning and winning and winning, but winning is only part of the motherfucking sandwich, okay? That's the peanut butter without the jelly. You gotta have peanut butter and jelly, and the jelly part is the losing. And for you to improve, you need to get it out of your brain that it is a bad thing to fail, and start understanding that when you fail, it's a tremendous opportunity, and the tremendous opportunity can only present itself if you're looking at it with the right perspective.
So stay ahead of the power curve. You should feel that power curve on your back. Don't slack off. Don't procrastinate. Don't debate things that don't matter. Don't let perfectionism eat up all of your time. Don't sit around. Don't pontificate. Get things done. Get things done on time and on target, and stay ahead of the power curve. Get up a little bit earlier. Get a workout done. Doesn't have to be epic. It doesn't have to be epic. You don't have to do a 3-hour leg day, but get up and get something done. And how about you plan your day? How about you plan what you're gonna do in the day? How about you bring your lunch to work with you so you don't have to eat a slice of pizza or a damn burger and fries? How about you change what time you get to work by showing up 10 minutes earlier, and you square your gear away, or you dial in your tools or your desk or your workspace? That's what you need to do. You make those little changes, those little habits that you have to change them, those bad habits. And you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised, the little things, the little changes, they add up and they become big things. Change the little things, and over time, you can change your life.